Hey everyone, it's Tino. I'm back with some more Monster Hunter Rise content, some tasty set building action today. Oh boy, am I excited. So, I have a couple of requests. I've gotten some viewers on my Twitch stream basically requesting this info. I actually had a friend in the real world as well. Yes, I know, crazy. I have at least one real world friend. Hard to believe. One of the things that people are looking for some feedback on or looking for some direction is how to go from basic set building to really optimized high tier sort of end game sets. So that's kind of what I want to focus today's video on. We're basically going to take some time today to break down, we'll call it like 3 different levels of set building. The most basic, not going to spend a lot of time there. Then we're going to get to intermediate, which is worth maybe a minute or two, but I'm going to spend most of the time on this video really kind of getting into how do you take a set and truly optimize it. Okay, so let's get this ball rolling here. Let's talk about basic set building. Set building 101. So the easiest way to approach set building is, frankly, hop into the armor and weaponsmith, right? Check out the smithy. So if you highlight all the way to the left, this will give you the full list of equipment skills available should you make this entire set. This is the basic way to go. This is the first step in building really great sets. So to focus here, this set is really cool because you can actually just farm Rathalos a few times when you hit high rank, put this set together, equip it all, and then boom, you're pretty much off to the races and you're ready to take a starter set and then start filling in the gaps. Once you've built your complete set, the next step is to basically just fill in the blanks with decorations. This is now more or less a completed, what I would call basic high rank set. I've used all Rathalos gear, I've gemmed in to fill in the blanks, and now I've got something that is a bit of a Swiss Army knife, to be fair, but very flexible, versatile, and being a Swiss Army knife is not bad. It just means that I can do a lot of stuff. I may not be the fastest or most optimized when doing my hunts, but I've got a set that will carry me through to the end of the game. No problem. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is putting together an intermediate set. And this is the first step towards optimizing. This is what we're going to call mixed set 101. So this is really taking a step away from just using all matching gear, and we're going to pick skills that we like or abilities that we like and then work on filling in the gaps after that. Okay, so this is a great example of an early mixed set. One thing I want to call out here is this weakness exploit talisman. Now, I said I'm not going to spend a lot of time on talismans in this video. I promise I will not. Weakness exploit is one of the best talismans for you to work towards initially when you hit high rank. So as soon as you unlock the Moonbow melding, hopefully I said that right. Maybe it's Moonbeam. I don't know. Whichever that one is, you'll want to start making weakness exploit talismans. Ideally, if you can get 1 point of weakness exploit and ideally 1 slot, you don't have to have any slots, even just the 1 point of weakness exploit, that gives you a ton of awesome late game set building opportunity. And weakness exploit is going to be really, really powerful, especially if you're trying to do speed runs or you're trying to maximize your damage output. The nice thing about this combination is Zinogre Helm, Zinogre Mail, and this weakness exploit talisman nets me 3 points of weakness exploit, which is really, really nice because weakness exploit at level 3, which I guess is above me, gives you that 50% increased affinity. For anybody who's not familiar, affinity is Monster Hunter's way of saying critical strike. So really, really powerful stuff. So beyond the Zinogre Mail, we're also going to be using the Anjanath Vambraces. Now, this is specifically a hunting horn build. It's also going to be great for hammer with some decoration changes. The Anjanath Vambraces, I would argue, are one of the best in slot pieces for any hammer or hunting horn user. Really, really effective. That 2 points of slugger, 2 points of attack, and a single slot gives you lots of opportunity. Then you've got the Anja Coil. Now the Anja Coil is nice because not only do you have 2 points of attack boost, right? Round out that baseline attack. This also has a very, very nice 2-slot deco and then 2 1-slot decoration available. So the beautiful thing about that is that between these two pieces, Anja S, Vambraces, and Coil, you actually get 4 points of attack, and with one KO jewel, you can then immediately have 3 points of knockout. So the Ingot Greaves S are used to round out the set. I love these because you get a little bit of critical eye, which is nice, sort of nice added affinity bonus. You've got your 2 points of attack boost, and again, a final slot to round things out. Our intermediate mix set has net 6 points of attack up, 3 points of weakness exploit, 2 points of critical eye, 2 points of latent power, and 2 points of slugger. Not too shabby. Now the magic happens when you start going through and adding in decorations, right, to fill in the blanks. We've gone back through and now we've added decorations in, so we've added some drain, a little bit of attack, a little bit of grinder, kind of round things out, and then 1 point of brace, which is really nice in multiplayer. This will save you from all those naughty longsword users from tripping you up, which they're so good at. And there you go. So here is our completed intermediate mixed set. We've got max attack, we've got 3 points of weakness exploit, stamina thief, speed sharpening, and then we've got a splash of some other supporting stuff like critical eye, slugger, and all this other good stuff. I've built a set around the skills that I like. I'm a very aggressive player. I like to smash with my hammer and or hunting horn or whatever weapon I'm using. And attack boost, weakness exploit, really powerful high damage combo. Then all the other stuff is really sort of there to support. Hunting horn is a very excellent exhaust type weapon, so stamina thief is really nice. Speed sharpening is just great for any weapon in general, especially if you want to keep that sharpness high. And then these other supporting things like critical eye, latent power, slugger, flinch free. These are all really great abilities to help us in various situations like the tripping, extra KO, right? Hunting horn's a great knockout weapon as well as exhaust damage. So this is all great stuff. And this, I dare say, is a great next step in your set building adventures. But that brings us to the most advanced type of set building. So this is how to make the godliest of god sets. So this is how to make the sets that basically make your friends jealous, give the other hunters weak knees, right? That's what we want. So we want to make sets that are super optimized, specific to how we play, specific to the gear we have, and specific to the talismans that are available to us. Okay, and behold the Monster Hunter Rise armor set search. I apologize for the gigantic display ad that you see here. Obviously, I like my retro games, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Okay, so the cool thing about this tool is it will let you work with the charms that you have, which is a very important part of set optimization, and it'll let you basically math your way and or science your way to super optimized fantastic sets. So I'm going to include a link to this in the video description. Let me really quickly walk you through how to use this tool, because if you've never used something like this, it might seem a little daunting. The first thing you want to take a look at here up at the top is search armor set charms and EQ setting. We're going to leave EQ setting alone, but the charms tab in particular is extremely important. Here's what I'll do. Let me hop over to Monster Hunter real quick. To use this tool, what you'll do is you'll look at the skills here, the decorations that match, and you'll want to bring that into the armor set tool. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to search for fire attack, and then we're going to make this fire attack 3. Okay, then we're going to look for counter strike, right? We know we've got 2 points of counter strike on this charm. And then think about this level 000 thingy. This is your slot drop down. And if you remember correctly, we have a 2 slot, a 1 slot, and a 1 slot. So you'll line this up. Here's the talisman ready to go, and then you'll hit add. Now to double check that it's in your list, just come down to the bottom here and you'll see any charm that's in here. One thing I want to call out here that's absolutely worth doing, if you've added a lot of charms in here, don't be afraid to hit this export button. then take this whole big thing and copy it into a notepad. So the reason we made a save of this is because, God forbid, you clear your internet cookies or cache or something like that. You probably are not going to want to have to add in 30 or 40 or more talismans all over again. So do yourself a favor, do that export, save it to a notepad document, and that way if you have to come back and add them in, you just copy paste and then it's done. Now that we've got our charms in here, we're ready to go. Let's talk about how to use the armor set search and basically use it in its most effective way possible. Let's talk about a sort of general use template, something that might be very effective for just about anybody out there. So right now in the meta, attack up 7, weakness exploit 3. So attack up 7, weakness exploit 3, and critical boost 2 is one of the most effective DPS compositions that you can get. Now the reason I'm not doing critical boost 3 is because, interestingly enough, if you don't have a great critical boost talisman, it's very hard to get critical boost 3 with these other skills. So anyway, I've chosen a few abilities here, right? We've got my favorite, attack up, weakness exploit, critical boost. Then we'll hit search, and sure enough, it's going to bring up a list of results. So it'll tell me the helm, the torso, arms, waist, legs, and which of my fabulous talismans should I use. Now if you click on it, it'll also expand open, and it'll give you a nice breakdown of each gear piece, right? The defense, I think this is the starting defense. I believe you can update these or upgrade these higher, but not 100% sure. And then it'll call out which decorations you need to make. Just a heads up, make attack decorations now, get it out of the way, and when the next game comes out, you won't have to make more attack decorations. But here you go. So this is a breakdown of what this sort of basic template would look like. Now, the really cool thing about this armor set tool is that you can use this more skills button, and it'll do exactly that. Adding on to what you've already selected, this tool will tell you, can you have more skills on your armor set? So let's do a quick search, and sure enough, it's going to spit out a big list of additional abilities that we can select to optimize our set. So I'm not going to like individually go through every single one of these, but let's say, for example, you wanted flinch-free level 3 in this set. If you click it, nothing seems to change, but if you scroll back up, we actually have to go way up to the top here to see this. It's now updated the parameters in the dropdown so that if you were to search again, it'll search now with flinch 3 built in. So let's do so. And here you go. Now we've got more information. We've got more decorations lined up. We actually still have not fully optimized this set though, because there's very likely more skills that we can add in here still. So let's do more skills again. And let's look for something that fits, right? So Horn Maestro would be great if you're a horn player. Now that we've done this more skills thing a few times, we're running out of options. So Stun Resist is a great, highly, I would say, underrated defensive ability. You could do Windproof. We could do Defense Boost 5. That might be great if you're worried about survivability. All these different bonus abilities like Speed Sharpening, Stamina Thief, all this stuff is possible, which is really, really cool. So you have almost too much to choose from. So let's do Defense Boost 5 here. And now that I've clicked that, we'll hit search. And voila, we only have one result. So I dare say this is probably the most optimized that we can get based on the skills that we want, the charms that are available to us, and you know, the decorations that will complement that. And here you go. So now I would literally go to the smith. I'd make the Baroth Helm and Mail. As we saw, I've already got the Wrath Bracers. Scalda Waist, let me just say right now, if you haven't made the Scalda Waist, it's one of the best pieces in the game. The Spio is the female equivalent. Scalda's only male. Golden Hakama, that's the Rajang legs. That's your crit boost. That's really, really nice. And then I've got a pretty solid weakness exploit talisman. Okay, so we've now built a set with attack up 7, weakness exploit 3, crit boost 2, flinch free 3, and defense boost level 5. This is a pretty badass set, not gonna lie. It's a mix of attack, it's a mix of defense. You've got this really nice sort of flinch-free modifier to kind of help you with that overall survivability, keep you attacking instead of getting knocked around a bit. Really, really cool stuff. So hopefully this is helpful. I'm happy to make more videos to dig into this. We could play around with some more optimization. We could look at some other templates. I'm going to put together a couple of other videos talking about some of the templates I've built that I really like. You know, some of the mix sets that I think are really cool. And I'll share that stuff with you. But until then, hopefully this has been helpful. Happy hunting, and go get 'em.